Hello, hello. Well, welcome back, or welcome for the first time. This is Sandi Ballard. I am your host of the No More Excuses Monday Motivation Podcast. If you have not yet, please check out my website, www.growingforward.biz. You can actually, if you're not currently getting this through the Monday emails, please sign up for that. It's right there on the homepage. And there's also links to other ways to listen to these podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Google Play Music, whatever kind of phone you have. So please check me out there and connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter, SLBallard13, and my Growing Forward business Facebook page. Find me, follow me, check out all the posts for the week that go along with this theme. And yes, I do help people stay focused and motivated so they can achieve their success. How about you? I know the last couple weeks, the focus on the podcast have been about focus because I truly believe the lack of focus is the root of all evil and the demise of your success. I have a lot of people in my life who assume I was just born with the love of habits and consistency. But I was once a hot mess of distractions, lack of focus, and I believe I was the pack leader, chasing squirrels and pointing out new shiny things. Yes, my father is an engineer, and there were always processes to follow, perfection to be had, and being late did not exist. So some of this might be ingrained in me. However, once I grew up and was out on my own, no one was turning on the light exactly at 6 a.m. saying, "Rise and shine." No one took out the trash for me on this specific day. And no one reminded me that my homework or projects or even my client meetings were on specific days. I had to screw that up all on my own. And I also had to create a system that worked for me to help me remember. And those things have changed over the years of how I do things and how I want to remember and what's good for me. I've done well and I have not. But once you start running your own business, or if you have, you learn some things, and sometimes the hard way. And if you work for someone else, there are things you have to do every day and weekly that your boss wants, that your team needs and kind of expects from you. And trust me, there are reasons, usually, behind why bosses do things a certain way or on certain days. Well, except for Friday afternoon meetings. I just think those are mean. But for the most part, it all boils down to one thing. And the last 2 weeks of podcasts and the posts have been all about it. Focus. Yes, my new favorite F word. Maybe second favorite. Yes, focus is the key really to getting things done, both professionally and personally. And how do you keep your focus? Oh, habits. Oh, God, I know, I hear you groaning. But like I mentioned in a recent client strategy session, I would be my old hot mess of squirrel chasers without my habits. Some people say they hate habits. My boyfriend says he hates habits. My habits drive him nuts. But I also always know where my purse is, and I'm not the one looking for my keys and wallet as we're walking out the door to go somewhere. So in the client strategy session, we talked about that. We talked about maybe it's the resistance to habits. I learned to accept them. I saw the benefit of once I created habits, how it helped me stay focused on what I needed to get done, what I wanted to get done, and it helped me achieve a lot more. I saw how it helped me grow, make more money, and have more time. How many of us have said we've just piddled away time? I mean, I still piddle away time, but when you stay focused, when you create those habits, you have more time. And I do that all because I stay focused. And the habits keep me there. So last week's podcast, I asked, what was your lack of focus costing you? Or what had it cost you? Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. Or maybe you're beating yourself up thinking about what if or the wasted time and potentially missed opportunities. But at the same point, you'll either get frustrated, or at some point, you'll get either frustrated enough to create a habit and stick to it because you now see the benefit, or you'll continue to flit through life wondering what if and wishing you had and wondering where the time went. Now, don't get me wrong. I have been accused of and can be a bit too excessive with my planning, my scheduling. However, I've also watched a weekend go by and on Sunday night get really frustrated because I now am thinking about all the things I had wanted to do. And trust me, nothing more important got in its place. It took its place. And I've also gone on vacations or done something and never really had a new experience because there was nothing planned. Now, I've planned to do nothing on vacation before except lay on the beach and that was accomplished, but that was the plan. And no, I'm not saying you can't be spontaneous or change your schedule, but I know from personal experience, without my habits, I'd not be where I am today. And my second book that came out, the one called How Badly Do You Want It, came out in last November, or this past November, December. That second book would not be done because I saw how my lack of focus and discipline affected my first book. And I saw how in the last, how many years before that, my lack of goal setting and planning had affected my life and my goals. I still have rough weeks. A couple weeks ago, I think I talked about that. What was going on? My lack of focus. I was allowing distractions to take over. And, it was because I was not following my list. Once I took the time to look around and I caught myself, flitting around, I realized I was not paying attention to my list. It probably was in my laptop bag and I hadn't pulled it out to look at it. Some of the, not creating habits and not staying focused could be, resistance and make those habits stem from maybe not enjoying what you're doing, or maybe a little bit of fear, because there's about fear in about everything. I have one of my favorite things on my shelf is a glass paperweight that has a saying etched in it. And I swear by it, planning does not destroy spontaneity, it creates opportunity. I live by that, and that's me. And if you're not a big planner, that's okay. But when you lose focus, as I've suggested in my previous podcasts, you got to take a look around. What's going on, not going on, and what's changed. And like I mentioned, for me, it was usually if I did not rewrite my to-do list, or something happened and it's in my bag, or I'm not following it. Everyone gets sidetracked, and I get busy, my least favorite word in the world, and I don't update it. Many people say they hate lists. Why? It's okay, but how do you get things done? Do you just do them as they come to you? Do you do whatever project is being yelled at about the loudest, whichever client's yelling the loudest? And the thing is I ask you, are you getting to the things that are important to you? All right? And with habits, it's not just about work. It is personally as well. Health and wellness is a big thing with a lot of my clients. I hear them say a lot, oh gosh, I need to work out. Or, okay, my client from Friday, yes, I'll pick on you again. She said, I can't even stick with making a specific health drink. There's a drink she wants to continue to drink regularly because she knows the benefits of it. She's like, I can't even stick to that for a week. And we did come up with a solution for her to make them ahead, so she has no excuse except to just grab them out of the refrigerator. But the same people, and a lot. It's probably you. You know the benefits. You feel better if. And I know how I feel if I skip a workout. It's a habit, and yes, the schedule can adjust or has to adjust sometimes, depending on meetings, travel, if you're sick or just didn't sleep well. But guess what? When you start doing something regularly, it just becomes second nature. I think as adults, we all do a couple things our parents ingrained in us and made a habit for us. What are those things? Brushing our teeth and taking showers, right? Oh, and saying please and thank you. But those are things that just are part of life now. My working out is part of life. My putting my purse in the same spot is part of what I do every single day when I'm in and out. My to-do list every single day. And of course, like I said, I lose that sometimes, but when I'm officially going to rename my to-do list, my focus list, okay? Because it helps me stay focused. Yes, it has things on it that I need to get accomplished, but it is my focus list. It can make or break my day. If I don't follow it, if I don't update it, I'm shot, right? So this week, I want to know how, with your habits, how they've helped. So if you currently do have regular habits, create a list, or whatever your habits are, I want to know what they are and how they help, the benefits you've seen from creating habits. Or if you're one of those that are new, have been resistant to this habit concept, what will you do? Just tell me what you'll do for a week, okay? It takes, what is it, like 27 days to create a habit or something like that. But don't think about that, how long, and it's like, I have to keep doing this for 27 days. No, just take a week at a time. What is it that you can do for a solid week? Or what have you done for however long in your life? And what have been the benefits of that habit? And remember, we'll all just keep, do the stuff we want to do because it's fun or we feel like we have to do. But the question is, are you willing to do what it takes to keep your focus so you can achieve your success? Okay? And if you need help, let's do it. Like I said, I just did a strategy session on Friday with a great client who we sat down and we talked about what she has to do, wants to do, needs to do, Sunday through Monday, get up to go to bed. And we helped her create a schedule that she thinks she can follow, and she will follow. All right, so schedule that strategy session with me because together we'll help you find more time and you'll accomplish more in less time. And yes, we'll help you achieve tremendous success. Okay? Until next week, watch for my posts this week and please get in the habit of sharing this podcast so you can help others succeed. Cheers.